What's going on, guys? Yes, I still do this. I still remember how to do this. Sorry. I guess that's how I should lead this off. Sorry, I haven't made a video really since the Bills hired Sean McDermott, so there's a lot to catch up on. There's the draft, the schedule, the Tyrod Taylor, but you know what? That'll blend into one, because training camp is coming up this week, and there's just hot takes being fired left and right about the Bills, and it's just spurring conversation, and I love it, because I like being a part of it. So I'm going to rattle off my thoughts, as per usual, to you guys. So the last time I talked to my iPad, I was talking about Sean McDermott getting hired by the Bills. There were a lot of, questions surrounding what would happen with Tyrod Taylor after that. Tyrod is back. To me, that's good news, I guess. There was really no other option at the time. Unless you go to, they signed TJ Yates, he could have went Brian Hoyer, just take a dart and throw it, I guess, at those guys. And they addressed the position in the draft. With Nathan Peterman. Like I said, this was the best option, really. They got another team-friendly deal. Don't really know. And Tyrod is just sort of I don't want to say letting the Bills string him along or anything, but he keeps agreeing to these team-friendly deals that the Bills can get out of, really, after 1 year with minimal cap penalties. So, team player in that sense, at least. And I like Tyrod. I like Tyrod a lot. I think he, of all the guys that were available, sans Kirk Cousins, who is not really available, but maybe next year. I think he was the best option for this team. I like the Bills roster. I don't really understand this idea that... Sorry, I just got a quick dismissal there. I don't really understand the idea that they are rebuilding. The Bills are rebuilding. They might be tanking. According to who? I don't know, everything Sean McDermott said is we think we have a chance to win. I think Brandon Beane is pretty much on board with that. Terry Pagula, I'm sure, is on board with that. There is a counterpoint to this that I'll bring up in a second. But, why are the Bills rebuilding? They are returning 9 starters on offense. 9. They might even have got better at one of those positions, right tackle. They brought back Jordan Mills. They probably got better by getting Deion Dawkins to play right tackle. Maybe. We'll see how that plays out in training camp. But they lost a fullback. One of the 11 is a fullback that they lost with Jerome Felton. They signed Patrick DeMarco and Mike Tolbert, who they got pretty good grades for that. People seem to like those signings, even throughout the league circles. So, fullback, who's adding a ton of wins, obviously, because you can't win in this league without a fullback. And they lost Robert Woods, who is, don't get me wrong, a great blocking receiver. I like Robert Woods a lot. Dude, he was just, I don't think he ever really wanted to be here that much, but he played while he was here. You knew as soon as free agency came up, he was bolting for Cali. He wanted to be back home. That's fine. He didn't say anything stupid or do anything totally dumb. He just thought he was open on every single play. And that's fine. I kind of like that attitude in a receiver. And he blocked, whatever. Robert Woods, salute. But they replaced him with Zay Jones. A guy who caught 1,000,001 passes at ECU. And another guy they got pretty good grades for in the draft. And he is really good at yards after the catch, and that's what the league has turned into, is a yards after catch league, right? It's passing, don't get me wrong, but the yards after catch, the Brandon Cooks of the world, the Odell Beckhams, the Julian Edelmans, the Randall Cobbs, and I know that there's plenty more. The Jarvis Landrys, they catch and run. This is how guys gain yards. Antonio Browns, there you go. Not that Zay Jones is going to be Antonio Brown, but, he's good at getting yards after the catch. So let's just give him the ball and let him run. Like, we're good. He's good at that. So I don't get why they're, again, a rebuilding team. Because I'll go over the defense. They returned 7 starters on defense. 7. They lost most of the secondary. And that would be Aaron Williams and Corey Graham and Gilmore, obviously. Gilmore, who they replaced with Tre'Davious White. Tre'Davious White going to instantly be as good as Stephon Gilmore? I don't know, probably not. But, like, is he going to be worse off? I don't think so. The safeties, I'll admit, question mark. Seems like, I don't know. But you got Micah Hyde, who gets a lot of reputation in league circles here. I keep coming back with this. This is why I only say this because people keep saying the Bills are rebuilding. And I'm like, why? Why do you think the Bills are rebuilding? Like, Michael Hyde is a guy who around the league is pretty respected as a guy who can just do it all. Now, I don't think he's that good as a corner. But as a safety, pretty good player. But, like, slot corner, I don't really like that kind of role for him. Kevon Seymour, who is back, obviously, was a rookie last year, was, like, allowed the fewest receptions per target among rookies, like, according to Pro Football Focus, which, say what you want about Pro Football Focus. But, these are pretty good. Like, I'm optimistic, and I know that I'm blind, guys. I'm probably blind. Here I am, Bills fan before training camp, like, just ringing the bells, tooting the horns. That's what we do. I know. I get it. Why are we rebuilding? Who says who? I'll give you this. I think the top 22 is really good. The depth, yeah, I can see that. The depth, that could be a problem. Injuries could be a problem for this team. If the Sammy Watkins gets hurt again. But, they brought in Andre Holmes and Philly Brown. I like Brandon Tate. I like Brandon Tate as not really a receiver, but as a special teamer. I like him to make the team, hopefully. They might sign Anquan Bolden. As of this point, they haven't, but apparently the door is still open on that. That would be big for them. So that is basically so that when your guys get hurt, like they did last year, you're not trotting out the Walt Powells and the Brandon Tates at wide receivers. You're starting wideouts. We got guys with experience now. So there's depth at wide receiver. There's not really that much depth behind Charles Clay at tight end. I know there's O'Leary, and then honestly, I kind of don't even really know Logan Thomas and a couple other guys. Like there's not that much depth there. I get that. There's not that much depth on the offensive line. I don't think Jordan Mills, Deion Dawkins interchangeable. Screw that. Screw that point. Ryan Groy's there. I like Ryan Groy a lot. So forget that point. But forget the offensive line point. I still don't like the depth that much, especially on defense, because we're unsure about Jordan Poyer, and we don't know what we have in Tre'Davious White. I think we got a really good player. I wanted them kind of from the outset. As soon as the Bills traded back, boom, I was like, Tre'Davious White. I tweeted it. So I got proof. And it happened, so I was super excited about that. I think he's a really good cover corner. And, behind him, you got the Seymours, but then I get it. You're falling, you got unprovens there. Poyer's even unproven himself. So, unproven starters there, switching the systems. I think I get it. But, the term, rebuilding or even tanking, just to go back to, the USA Today thing that just came out recently, where they predict the Bills to go 4-12. Get out of town. Get out of town. Oh, sorry. The one thing I did want to say. The Bills are set up to pretty easily rip it down if it doesn't work this year. Because they don't have a ton of depth. They could lose Shady. They could lose Tyrod. Sammy walks. Sammy walks, Tyrod walks. They could cut Shady. Kyle Williams is gone. And really, then you're what do we have? We have Zay Jones, Nathan Peterman, I don't know, John Williams, and Darius, and Tre'Davious White. That's pretty much what you're left with. Preston Brown might be gone. You got Ragland back. That's exciting, I guess. But those are your 3 main chips there, or maybe 4 if you include Kyle Williams. You can lose them pretty easily after this year if it doesn't work out. And maybe that's what they're thinking. Hey, if we don't win, fire sales on. But maybe that's too soon because you have the Chiefs' first-round pick. Everyone pretty much loved that trade. And all these are like 3 or 4 quarterbacks coming out. You know, Rosen, Allen, Darnold, and Mason Rudolph possibly. Like, could be the best quarterback draft maybe in history. I don't know. That's another kind of dart throw, but you're going to have 2 first-round picks. You screw that up by winning too many games by playing Tyrod Taylor. Like, I get it. I get that point. So, back to the 4-12 thing. Like, would that upset me? Oh, it would suck so much. But it would help. It would help you get one of those guys. It would help you move on to the next level. You get a guy who can instantly play quarterback. You could be successful in this league. I don't like the way the Colts have built. That's Ryan Grigson's fault. I know that's the predominant argument to go to. Well, the Colts got Andrew Luck, the best quarterback since like 1983 when John Elway came out or whatever. Yeah, I know. But the GM is killing that. And, or killed that because he got fired. Not that, we'll see what Brandon Beane's got. I think the Bills finally have a nice structure in place. And I don't think they're going 4-12. They're going to, like, according to that, here we go. According to that, here's some stats on that. According to that, I looked at it. I did some studying on this. The Bills are going to go 4-12. They're going to play 10 games against teams that finish 500 or worse and still go 4-12. The other 6 games would be against San Diego, who they had at like 9-7. Oakland, good team. Atlanta, good team. Tampa could be a good team. They had it like 9-6. And then 2 against the 16-0 New England Patriots. And then they had the Jets at 1-15. So we know at least one of our wins is against the Jets. And I betcha they predicted that other win to be against the Bills. Just a hunch. Because they have the Bills at 4-12. So, get out of here with that 4-12 garbage. Like, the schedule's hard. Oh, I know we play good quarterbacks. That is what I look at. Do we play good quarterbacks? Not good teams, good quarterbacks. Good teams usually have good quarterbacks. Yes, they play good quarterbacks. They got Tom Brady twice. They do got Andrew Luck. They got Phil Rivers. They got Derek Carr. They got Jameis Winston and Drew Brees and Matt Ryan and Cam Newton. And they're all out. I get it. It could be tough. But I think it's kind of a short-sighted point to be like, oh, well, schedule's hard. You don't know that. It looks hard based on last year, but you don't know that it's difficult. You know you got New England twice, so that's the difficult part. Nobody else except you, Miami, and the Jets have New England twice, and the Jets are written off. So you and Miami are the only 2 AFC teams with like playoff aspirations, hopefully, that are going to deal with New England 2 times. Some of them won't even deal with them at all. Is that fair? I don't think it's fair. Do you? It is what it is. Expectations are higher than 4-12. They're higher than 7-9 for me. Like I said, I get it. It's kind of a daunting task, but I believe in the top 22. I believe in Sean McDermott. I think I'm a sucker. Maybe I'm a sucker. I don't think so. I think he's a good guy. I think Brandon Beane's a good guy. I think Terry Pagula finally put some structure into this thing. Maybe he didn't know what he was doing at first. That's fine. He just thought he could let Russ Brandon and Doug Whaley run the thing. But then he was like, nah. We got to get some structure in this. And maybe they got it. Maybe it's finally here. Maybe it's finally here. Listen to me. Oh my God. Hashtag delusional? Maybe. Well, I want to hear what you guys think, guys. Just tell me. Whatever you're thinking, what concerns you? What are you optimistic about? Because I just can't find a reason why this team would only win 4 games. Like, they're bringing back all these guys. We're going back to the 4-3, the scheme switch. It's like, it looks tailor-made for Jerry Hughes and Shaq Lawson and Darius and Kyle Williams and Ragland and White and Darby. Like, come on. Hit me up on Twitter, username, same as the YouTube username. So Look forward to hearing you guys, all right? As always, go Bills.